I'm joined by Steven Caldwell. On the day the Vancouver Whitecaps announced they have got their man to replace Vanni Sartini. Danish coach Jesper Sørensen is coming into Vancouver and he joins them as they prepare to leave for Europe for pre-season. They did interview coaches from around the world, Stevie, coaches with experience in Europe, some coaches with experience in Major League Soccer as well. Is there a big risk to them going with a coach that doesn't know the league particularly well?
Yeah, I think there's a big risk, especially when it's not a household name from Europe, Luke. But I admire Axel Schuster for taking that chance, for going to Europe, an area that he feels more comfortable with, and choosing Jesper Sørensen, someone who doesn't have a great deal of experience. He's got some high-level experience at Brøndby, of course, a big club in the Danish Super League. Some experience with the Danish under-21s, where I think is quite interesting. He's probably got a good angle on young European players in terms of his time there. So it is a risk, and it seems to be someone who's going to be open to different styles of play. But when you look at it and the fact that nobody will know too much about him, especially Vancouver Whitecaps fans, you know, it'll be wait and see, I think, for probably the first 5 to 10 games.
Having said that, there was also that wait and see approach when Axel Schuster himself came in, not knowing MLS particularly well. But you see the body of work that he has now and the side that he has built. And it's all about who you place around the new coach, right? If you have a group of people that know the league, then it helps, as we've seen with someone like Dean Smith in Charlotte.
For sure, you've got to have that support, that MLS-type support. You've got to have, whether it be coaching staff members or sporting directors, other people within the club, recruitment people that know the league, that know how the mechanisms work in the league and know where the good players are as well. So, he's probably brought in to concentrate on coaching, to be out on the grass. That's what the modern head coach is, especially in MLS. So he's got to be focused on that first and foremost and bed in a style. He has a group of players there that are very capable at Vancouver. So he's got to bed in a style of play that suits the players.
Well, you mentioned that group of players that the Whitecaps have at the moment, and we saw the way they destroyed Portland in that wildcard game in the playoffs, and then they gave it a good go in round one against a very good team in LAFC. But in order to take that next step, they decided to go away from Vanni Sartini, who had those successful Canadian Championship runs. Obviously, they now have a group of players that we know have the talent, led by someone like Ryan Gold. Is it win now for the Whitecaps and for this new coach? He can't come in and spend a year building and think to the future. They have the group of players now, and they're looking to this coach to be the difference between them getting knocked out in round one and making it further in the playoffs. Yeah,
I think they've got the players to really make a splash. They probably have to add another couple of pieces, whether it be through trades within the league or signing from out with MLS, but they have the players to do something significant. My advice to Sørensen would be to settle on something, to settle on a formation, to settle on a style of play, and to pick a consistent lineup as much as you can, in terms of the health of the players, and to be solid when it comes to that. I think that's some of the mistakes that Vanni Sartini maybe made in the end, with too much chopping and changing. He felt like there was too many games and that people needed to be rested and spelled. But I don't think that's the way forward for this team. I think consistency and continuity is vitally important now, and in my opinion, that's what Jesper Sørensen should do as he tries to establish his team as a real front-runner in the Western Conference.
It'll be a quick start for him as well, because they have Saprissa of Costa Rica in the Champions Cup before they open up the season against Portland in a big Cascadia clash towards the end of next month.